Now, let's get this correct. Because I want y'all to know and understand what this details. DL Hughley decided to respond right away to Monique's allegations because, one, it's going to cost him a lot of money in this process if he doesn't. Two, it's going to cost him a lot of money if he doesn't. It's going to cost his reputation, everything to be under the rug. Now, Kat and DL are cool. So they never ever crossed paths. This is why he kept DL name out of it. But DL's a big part of it. Like I told you, big fake Democrat, the whole nine, he's full of it. Now, why is this important? Somebody asked me that earlier. Like, why do y'all deem this important? This ain't news. This is important. Just because you don't like it or it don't pertain to you, this is very serious because this here details of the condition we treat each other based on serving masters. She lied on DL? Wrong. Let's get it going right now. Because already you got people coming in here saying she lied on DL Hughley. Right? Monique was in wrong for involving his daughter. Of course she was. But Monique apologized for that. She was mad. Now, we're going to get to all of this because a lot of you don't remember any of it when it happened. And some of you do, maybe probably 2 or 3 of you. But the rest of the world don't because they move on with their lives and everything and they've forgotten about it, become a blip. And when it gets mentioned today on a big stage like Club Shay, now the whole world wants to hear about what actually happened and went down. Listen to what DL had to say. Listen to how venomous he sounds.
Club Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. Um, so Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, huh? Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints. I listened to her, and I pulled the segment.
Now, here's what he said. He pulled the segment, right? That's what he said. He heard her complaint and pulled the segment. Wrong. I know, Q. We gonna get into that. Now, they pulled the segment. That's what he said. He heard her complaints and he pulled the segment. She had to file a cease and desist and threaten to do that and not release her interview. She wasn't going to sign a release. She didn't want that aired. So he's making it look like, oh, I pulled it for that reason. He was mad because he wanted to put it out and he couldn't. So he acting like he did her a favor and talking about he pulled it. If you pulled it, why would it be a problem? Why would it be a problem if you pulled the episode already? If you did that right away and said, oh, okay, well, you don't like that, you feel that that's wrong, then I won't even air the episode then.
So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who as a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people.
Now, this part is kind of true. But what she's not talking about as a comedian, she's talking about what she's going through as an actress in the entertainment business, not as a comedian. She could take a joke better than the next man. How many people have joked on Monique in her whole situation? How many comedians have done jokes? Corey Holcomb did a joke on her, and she said, "That's my brother. I love Corey Holcomb. Go on, Corey, you do your thing." So Corey Holcomb was joking on her. She didn't snap on Corey Holcomb for joking. You know what you did, brother. You know what you did.
Then she encouraged everybody. Allegedly, it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But
now, why is he so animated? Why are you so animated? She's lying about that? DL, you know how easy it is for you to go and scrub the internet of those shows that you did that on? Not a lot of people recorded your stuff because you weren't that funny. So it's not, they're going to have a hard time trying to find it. But when she said that, you knew what she was talking about. You had been joking about her and saying mean, cruel things about her. That's what you've been doing. She knows it. She knows when somebody's laughing, with her, who's a friend, and somebody who's taking shots at her. And that's what you was doing, punching down because you're a punk.
But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story.
Look at the ticket. The ticket don't mean anything, dummy. The ticket could have in bold letters somebody else. It's what the contract says. Notice he doesn't say what the contract says. He's talking about a ticket. Once again, he showed a memo and now he's talking about a ticket. Monique showed the contract. The contract said it. So who's the liar, DL? You're talking about what a ticket said. Look at the ticket. I don't need to look at a ticket. What did the contract say? She had a contract signed. You had a memo agreement. There's a major difference from a memo agreement and a contract. DL.
But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker.
Now, she was hurt and was striking back. She apologized for that. For those who don't know, she apologized to DL for that because she went hard. But hurt people hurt people. But she apologized for that. She took accountability for what she said and what she did. Someone who went through a personal trauma like she did, she apologized. Something you have never done, DL.
She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her.
No, that's not what happened. It wasn't because everybody from your family checked her. That wasn't it. They said she was wrong, but everybody around her was telling her, we know you angry, but that ain't the way to do it. So once again, DL is lying with them damn blind people glasses on. He can't see worth the goddamn no more. But DL, you out of pocket. Way out of pocket.
It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you?
Now, see, there you go. Swinging low. Now he want to talk about her kids. He just said, she talked about my dog, my kids, and all that. And all of this, and she apologized. And on Club Shay, she did not mention his kids. She didn't say anything about it. She apologized for it. And now here you are talking about her kids. You see? You see how that doubles? Just that quick. Just that quick. He complained right there about, oh, she talked about my kid and now that. That was not on the Club Shay interview. And she apologized publicly for that. She did it on the internet. She did apologize to DL Hughley and the family for that. And it wasn't because your family checked her. And now you in here trying to insult her as a mother.
How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she just spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never.
Where is the DL Hughley Netflix special? Where's the DL Hughley special? All your performances are what? Come on, DL. Cut it out.
Never seen her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you, not even your family? How do you, I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't.
Why do you got to have a relationship with you cherish with your children? Why you can't cherish that with your wife? The one that you cheated on constantly. The one you tried to leave with like 4 or 5 kids. That wife? Out here looking like the old Surgeon General. No, you can't trust a man with no hair on his upper lip. Yeah, you guys don't remember the Surgeon General. But yeah, and out here running his damn mouth. And talking about somebody ain't funny. and it's got the worst reviews on Netflix. Who all wrote the reviews in? Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, everybody in there. Everybody get in line. We got to write a review. We got to check on Netflix and tell them how bad this is. Come on, everybody get in line. DL, you follow Kevin. Come on, Dr. Phil. Come on, write yours. You and Ellen. Yeah, who you think was writing those goddamn reviews? Do you think we watched the damn Netflix special about a review? You think we look at the reviews? That's for white folks. That ain't for us. We don't look at the goddamn reviews. We don't let other people's thoughts on how this was affect the way we feel. Who go on Netflix and look at the review? I didn't even know they had goddamn reviews on Netflix. This is what we talk about. See what she said? She spoke out about Tyler Perry, all these people that had wronged her, and what they did. And none of those people opened their mouths because they know they're in a powerful position. They don't need to open their mouth. But you know who's going to open their mouth? DL. He want to open his mouth because he's bitter. He's a bitter woman. He got into it with Angela Stanton King. She saw him at the airport. This dude got scared of a black woman. Got to talking all that crap. Saw her in person and got scared. And she was just going to talk to you. She was scared of. Because he a punk. In real life, DL is a punk. Always been a punk. Joke stealing punk.
So all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to.
Now, he alludes that her husband, who stood 10 toes down with Monique, she has to pay that man to love her. That ain't a low shot. That ain't out of bounds. A black man who's been true to his wife, something your ass ain't never done. A black man who has stood by his wife's side even when she lost everything. He could have left. The money was low. He could have left. He could have walked out. He could have said, hey, ain't no money here. I'm out. If he was there just for her money. This is somebody that been in her life since she was like 15 or 10 years old, she said. Yeah, big fecal freak. DL Hughley. On the DL. That's his name. DL Hughley. On the down low. So down low Hughley, once again, over here running his mouth.
All right, so that's what the
So, DL, why come all your comedy jokes everywhere you go and do a show and you talk about your wife, you keep talking about pleasuring her anally, wanting to do that to your wife over and over again? How many countless stand-ups that you've done that you keep talking about anally assaulting your wife? What comedian does that? Anybody who's watched DL Hughley specials know I ain't lying. He is a fecal freak. He's done it millions of times. I don't want to do that. It ain't your birthday. Why do you want that so bad? Why do you want that so bad that you want to sodomize your wife? He said, facts, he did it at the Orlando Improv. He said he did it at the Improv last year. That's right. He's always doing that. So, DL Hughley, the fecal freak, what in the world do you keep doing jokes for like that about your wife? People tell on themselves and they don't even know it. You've been hanging out with those deviants and everything. Now you this Democrat. You a con man. You start seeing how much money Dennis Miller and what's his name on the jazz man comedian, the jazz comedian, not Franklin Ajayi. What's his name? Bill Mayer. Bill Mayer, who got HBO and does his own show. He ain't got to do stand-up tours. You was like, oh, they do political comedy. That's where the money at. And you switched up and started doing your political acts. You started doing your fake fainting on COVID. Oh, I got COVID. Let me pass out. As soon as he sat in the chair, and then the guy gonna pick you up like a little baby and and carry him. Oh, DL's in the hospital. He's got COVID. It's a lie. You see him slide out the chair, then you go sit over there on Vlad. Why would you sit there, talk, and go on Vlad? Why would you do that? Do you think Steve Harvey on there? I ain't never seen Cedric the Entertainer on Vlad. You think Bernie Mac would have been on there? But everything he did, everything he said on here was a contradiction. You attacked her Netflix special. Do you want to compare what her show did compared to anything you've done on Netflix? DL, I guarantee you Monique did better than you. You were the kings of comedy. You were invited on the tour, and you were the weakest link. Well, besides Steve Harvey. But your material was so goddamn dry. Yeah, exactly. He used to be a Blood Gang member. What happened? You joined the Crips because you're rocking all blue tonight. Next week, DL will be a Crip. Next week, he'll be a Muslim. He'll be the guy that's telling you how you should better yourself on CNN. This is the guy that was on CNN. I don't know if he's still on there now, trying to be the political comedian. DL has been a con artist. He didn't pop in movies because he's not funny. He can't act. They tried him out. They put him in Inspector Gadget. And all he trying to do is sing other comedians' lines. Watch out there now. J. Anthony Brown joke, really? Watch out there now. Knowing that's his joke. And you gonna use it for a movie. They knew they had to get rid of you. DL is a diva. That's his problem. He's a diva. Right. You want to be Bill Maher, a guy who go around and playing black prostitutes to sleep with him in Hollywood because he's got a chocolate fetish? You remember he was with Superhead? What you think he was with Superhead for? Because she gives Superhead. Just moved in the building, even gave the Superhead. That's why Bill Maher was paying the bag. Everybody know about Bill Maher in Hollywood. Stop. Like I told y'all, this thing goes deep. On the Patreon, we had to expose Illuminati plant. A white man with no job, no credit history, no social media, winds up with one a black woman who's one of the top writers on network television. Y'all ain't got to believe me. Look it up. You'll see it. Bill Maher loved only black women, but not black women that's prominent. He want escorts. So now they're going to try to use their power to come after Shannon Sharpe now. Did you notice all of a sudden Shannon Sharpe started getting attacked about his sexuality? When before, everything we said, I said it, and then Kwame magnified it on his show. He actually played my video. That was last year. We were way past it. Now, everybody wants to take shots at Shannon Sharpe now. Why? All of that stuff is old. That's been there. Now y'all want to try to magnify it because of what happened with the Cat Williams interview. Now what they going to do, that Monique just went up there. Now Club Shay is not going to be a safe place for those people. Tyler Perry's never going to come up there. You're not going to see Tyler Perry up there. You're not going to see Oprah come up there. Ever. Because they know they don't have to. They just act like nothing and continue moving forward. And everybody going to still give them the benefit of the doubt. Because they would rather live in the lie than address the truth. And that's the sad part. That's how you've been brainwashed. That's how MK Ultra works. They keep you in assimilation. And they use these pawns like DL to try to get it done and accomplished. You see, you can't pull that on me, DL. You can rant and rave and say stuff like you think it's true because you said it. You freckle-nosed bastard. Oh, I seen you in public. I seen you stand up. I seen you show. I seen you steal people's jokes when you was doing Comic View. And the comedians was ready to beat your ass. Because they came on Comic View and you stole every joke they told. And you went on the show and did the guy's whole jokes before he came to the town. He came to the town the next night. He came to the town the next night. He couldn't even do his set because you done did his whole damn set. You told jokes about his town. That was his hometown. And you told all the jokes about the town that you ain't know nothing about. That's his hometown. So he know all that stuff. That's why the jokes hit in that town. You stole all his jokes about that town and used it when you got there. And you slayed. So he come to town and they was like, man, you telling DL, Joe DL said that yesterday. And he was like, oh man, dude, you stole my whole set. And then you lied about it. You used to listen to all the comics come up there and tell their jokes. You would take the jokes you like and you go out on the road. Because all you had was black and white jokes. DL, let's be real. The only thing you was good at was capping on people. You would pick somebody out in the audience and start talking about people. That was what you were good at. Writing jokes was not your thing. Stealing them were yours. Only thing you were good for was black and white jokes. White people, they do this. Black people, they do that. White people, they do this. Black people, they do that. That was you. That's why you couldn't go anywhere. That's why you couldn't excel. That's why you couldn't grow. Because that was all your jokes, DL. All your jokes is race jokes. That's it. The fecal freak. That's all he got. So that's why he couldn't grow. So you want to talk about Monique need to write jokes? You need to write some jokes. I'm going to give you a joke. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Because he was fucking dead. I don't know. Use it. Use that one. Steal it. Now, that's how you correct D.L. Hughley. Because D.L. Hughley is what you would call a liar, a manipulator, twisting words to try to defend his position. That's right, Mr. Melvin TV. The dice. Everybody had a uniqueness about him. DL never had that. He used to sit there with this big doggone birthmark patch right on his face with the damn bumps under his chin because he didn't know how to shave and just laughing at his own joke. They look like they didn't beat you in the head with a bottle of peroxide. I'd be like, I can't. I'm sitting there watching this dude, and that's his whole stand-up. That's right. That's what I say. You can't trust a man with no upper hair on his upper lip, looking like the damn Surgeon General. And I'm talking about the Surgeon General from the 80s. DL is a punk. Always been one. The only mistake Monique made was thinking he was a real dude and he was a real friend. DL is a punk. He's a puppet by them elitists who don't even deal with him. Kevin Hart don't deal with him. They don't deal with DL. Steve don't really deal with him. Cedric don't really deal with DL. But he gonna sit over here and use this to keep his name out there like I'm finna get myself hot. I'm finna go out there because Monique interview is on fire. Ain't nobody else said nothing. Steve Harvey said his stuff early before it even aired because it was coming out. So I already told y'all what was gonna happen and who he really was going at. And it was about this Monique interview because he was scared. Because he know we blackout chill. It's finna come popping up. See, in Chicago, we have comedy shows everywhere. And this is back before the Airy Crown was really the main hub for them. We had comedy spots all over. So DL was at one of the comedy shows, and I remember he had the fade with the little Jerry curl naps, and he had on a blue jean suit. He had on some blue jean pants with a blue jean top, with a little yellow shirt and some little dirty ass wood necklace on. Confused, don't know what style he is, and he's in the back. Now, we know the guy who puts the shows on, who promotes them, because he's from our neighborhood. So when he first was doing shows, he was in our neighborhood putting on free comedy shows in the park, bringing up comedians, having them tell jokes. They had to keep it clean because it was in the park, so they couldn't even use profanity. So you had to be funny. Sinbad came there and melted the whole place down with no profanity. Sinbad was just pure funny, pure comedy. When you funny, you funny. And there was comics who end up cursing after the fact. You came up there after the fact, not at the park. He didn't come to the park. He came to do his show and his set, and they was like, and we got DL Hughley. He came up there, man. Chicago, boy, they should have told me how cold it was going to be here. Man, they was like, damn, we supposed to be laughing at the jokes, not him. All he did was laugh at his own jokes, and none of it was funny. None of it. You bombed. You bombed. I don't know if that was your first time in Chicago, but you bombed, boy. You bombed so damn bad. So for you to ever bring that up to try to shame somebody, you didn't say the special was bad. You said the ratings. You didn't say how many viewerships. You see, you got to pay attention to what people say. He never said, oh, the viewership was bad. It didn't do nothing for Netflix. They were mad. the viewership was terrible. Nobody watched it. He didn't say that. He said it has the worst ratings of any Netflix show in history. What do you think haters do? They write negative responses. If I make a video about LeBron James, I have a lot of negative responses. Who cares? Is the content good? And what you should have said is, do I have a special that could mess with what she just did? And the answer is, you don't. And you know you don't. That's what hurts you. You don't have a Netflix special. This dude was talking about a girl on a tricycle. I'm in Chicago, and the girl, she on a tricycle. She riding around in a circle on a tricycle. She ain't got nobody to play with. I'm like, okay, what about the girl on the tricycle? Y'all ain't got no parks in Chicago. Everything broke down. I'm like, dog, I couldn't deal with it. He was so unfunny. And everybody was like, is you gonna tell a joke? I swear, if you want to see a curse show, that was young DL. Now DL done read a couple of political books, so he goes out and try to act like a life coach. When this dude was out making babies, cheating on his wife, fecal freaking it, telling his wife he wants anal for his birthday. You know, it's like, who does that? Who does that to their wife? All he talks about, his jokes were curtailed for those type of things. They tell on you. They tell who you are when you keep saying these type of jokes. When people start talking about everything they say is some homophobic remarks all the time, they just extra with it. Right? When they say that kind of stuff, they be telling on themselves. Oh, DL, he ain't just laugh. He used to do the rock with it too. Yeah, he used to do that little waddle every time he told the joke. Like he just told the greatest joke in the history of jokes. But these dudes tell on themselves. They always talk about, man, go suck a D, and yeah, you just like getting this done to you, and all. You be like, man, dude, we don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Men don't talk like that on men. Then you end up finding out down the road more about them. So everything DL said was damn near a lie or misinformation. Now I could deal with someone who don't know no better. But when you deal with some people that's supposed to know better in this business, you know there's a major difference between somebody who says one thing and does another. Yeah, because he know all of those people are looking at him and looking at him like a scumbag. And he got all of those views. Believe me, that thing had 200,000. That thing is way deep in the millions. You talk about Cat Williams did 50 million. This finna do about 30. Quick. Because the whole world was watching. It was like 150,000 people watching. I've never seen numbers like that in YouTube history. Now he's like, well, Club Shay is getting messier and messier. Shannon Sharp is never going to respond to y'all talking about him in that in Boo thing. He's not going to respond to it. He's going to continuously do Shannon Sharp. Unless you mention it right in his face. Oh no, it's way over 2.5 million. We're talking light years above that number. It's way higher. Because I know the metrics, because I'm on YouTube, I know how it works with real-time views. The real-time views is high. That's just all the ones they've processed so far. So they have to go through it to make sure it's all legit and what's real and what isn't. So hey, Shannon like what Shannon likes. I mean, Mike Epps just did a stand-up and roasted Shannon Sharp. And just used everybody's joke on social media like he was watching our videos and rolling with it. Said that he turned down, they tried to get him to come on the show, and he turned it down. So that just happened. Oh, Will Packer, yeah, Will Packer turned out to be a real SOB. But see, you got to understand, these people were put in a position. They were handpicked to be the gatekeepers. Why do you think Oprah's in the position she's in? We're going to talk about this on the Patreon because there's some stuff I left off that Monique had brought up that people didn't pick up on because it expands. She didn't go all the way down the rabbit hole. She only kept it about her. But her situation branched off into some other situations. But I'm going to give you a little bit of it right now for free. Storm Reed. You see Storm Reed and how she coming up in the game? And what they doing with Storm Reed? Pay attention to that. Start paying a little bit more attention to it. They put them hooks in you. And they say, you one of us, I got you. Why do you think Common rose to the top like he did? Jennifer Hudson, out of Chicago. They groomed Common. Turn your back on hip hop and rap and all that. You don't need all that. You're much more of a powerful speaker. They did the Selma movie. This is an Oprah Winfrey, but no, it's not. White people produced that. Oprah was a partner. They got her to be the face, to make it look like black people making this movie. No, Oprah didn't make The Color Purple. Steven Spielberg just did. Oh, Zendaya. Oh, but Oprah can't get her. She can't get her hands on Zendaya. You see, Zendaya is already spoken for. She's not in the echelon of the Chitlin circuit. She's in the Caucasian bracket. They already got her where they want her to be. And her black father, who was everywhere around her, watching her like a hawk when she was starting out, all of a sudden, now then got soft. And now she makes her own decision. Oh no, she wasn't a plant. She was a model who got into Hollywood, and they embraced her because they liked her look. She's a mixed girl. They love that. But she got her black daddy that be following her everywhere. That's why I can't get into the Storm Reed situation. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to explain what's really went on. A lot of y'all don't really know. It's a lot of these gatekeepers. It's a lot of stuff that went down. And a lot of people just don't know. And they were getting ready to try to do this again. And in this climate, it's going to be a little harder. But the influence is there. And I can't do it here. It's got to be done on the Patreon, because here they looking for any little thing. Any little thing they can find. Oprah's job is to bring them more. Find us more, Oprah. So that's why she said, I handpicked you guys to not be a problem to white people. That's what she wants to say. I handpicked y'all not to be a problem to white people. To Raji, I picked you because you know what you've had to do for white people. That's what she was saying. I handpicked y'all. Oprah don't control the trailers where they didn't have drivers. That was on Amblin Entertainment. Okay? Steven Spielberg's company. I think I still got it on this phone. I might not have it no more. I gotta check it out. It was a casting call at a Jewish, right around here, because a lot of Jewish people live out here. I live where the rich folks live. So the Jewish people were invited. They saying they were filming. Steven Spielberg's making a new movie. They're looking for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jewish guy. Jewish, preferably a Jewish boy from the age of 8 to 9. I mean, it says this. Like on the casting call, what they're looking for Steven Spielberg's new movie. I've never saw that movie. That movie never got made. And Spielberg and all these people who were there, the gatekeepers were there to survey these boys for Hollywood. I got it. I got the flyer. That flyer wasn't supposed to come to me. I wasn't supposed to get that. And the auditions was at a Jewish synagogue. I made a video about it and showed it in one of my YouTube videos. I wasn't supposed to have that. So on the Patreon, it's finna get real on the Casino for Life Patreon. Y'all better subscribe right away. If you're not on the Casino for Life Patreon, you finna miss something epic. Dude, that's some cardboard box. Dude, you got me swerving. I'm about to tear this damn car up over a cardboard box. You made it like it was some people out here, dude. Keep moving. Oh, I'm gonna show that on the Patreon. So y'all gonna really see what's going on here. But I tried to tell y'all about the Storm Reed situation. I'm gonna tell you about all of it, because then you're gonna see what happened with Christine McLean and what happened with her when she was on Black Lightning. And yeah, it's all finna come through. It's all finna come shining through. Right now, if you're on the Patreon, we just exposed an industry plant. We just exposed Hollywood pedos. These people are vicious, man. They will buy your brother, your sister, your mother, your cousin, your daddy. Hollywood is a monster. If you don't think nobody in your family would sell you out for money, boy, don't you ever believe that. They write the big enough check, they will tell the biggest lie in the face of this planet. Some of them don't even need a check. They just want the fame, the attention. Oh, they would do it in a heartbeat. Don't ever think this whole Me Too era and this Look at Me era, it's MK Ultra. Y'all gonna understand what this whole thing is. Yeah, I call her Christy, but shit, China McClain. All these people are in assimilation. Look at all these people on Instagram. You got educated black women sitting up there trying to make it bounce and doing thotty dances and pushing their boobs up on a screen, demeaning themselves. Who gonna take you seriously? Then say, I want respect. Huh? Just because I dance like that and my boobs out, like I'm at the gym working out, and I normally don't go in the daytime like that. I normally go when it's like 3, 4 in the morning, because I got a 24-hour gym. Because I like to go when I want to go and work out. So I go to the gym. I'm not used to seeing people. I go in there and it's like packed. And it's like all these younger kids in there, and they wearing all this like thotty clothes. And I'm looking at them like, what are you wearing? And then they wear this slutty stuff just so people can look at them, just so they can turn around and go, oh, look at him, he's checking me out. Oh my God, girl, I don't want to. I'll be like, what is wrong with these people? I was like, I'm in a time warp. I'm not looking at you because I want you. I'm looking at you like you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You're out here looking for attention, and most of them don't even work out. They just get on their phone and they pose on a bike. And I'm like looking at them in disgust, because that's not working out. I normally take a picture after I'm done working out, not during, none of that. That's why on the Patreon, I told you about what they do to these celebrities and what they go through. They go through a whole mind melt thing. They go through what they, like I said, like an MK Ultra. They just like Get Out. Y'all thought Get Out was a movie. Get Out is one of the most realest movies you've ever seen in your life. The woman who's a hypnotist, that's what they do in Hollywood. These people want to be hypnotized. They sign up for it. Kanye signed up for it. All of them. Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, she's under control. All of them. To make sure you don't betray them in their secrets. They got certain code word, boom, and put you right back in line. You know how they get you? The same way they got him in Get Out. They say, I always got this fear. I got this fear of, like, I'm going to get, like, I got this anxiety. Can you get this anxiety? I want to quit smoking. I don't want to have, I feel like I have an urge for a cigarette. I need to get away from this smoking. Damn, I just missed the train. I could go down there and beat it, but screw it. It's free. Why do they do that? Because it's Hollywood. It helps them with a performance. They do it for mental focus. I need to be mental. I get a lot of anxiety. I get nervous. Basketball players do it. They do this to you in the Navy SEALs. They basically mind wipe most of these military guys. They put them they be zoned out. How do you think these mass incidents be happening? Control. Mind control. They convince you you are what they need. If you get out of line, they will put so much medication in you, you won't be able to move. That's why most of my stuff get revealed on the Patreon. We got names. We named Hollywood. We named those guys that you don't see, the handlers, who are just as worse as the people they put in there. That's why they were there. They the handlers. They're there to groom you. They the one to get the charges. They're the ones that's going to do X, Y, and Z. They're the ones that's going to take the risk. And once they groom them and they say, oh, this person's ripe, they ready to go, that's when they bring them to the big boys. Very demonic. And some of your biggest people and some of the biggest demonic demons are those who up there talking about they worshiping God. They be up there getting all the awards saying, I want to thank God. Knowing what they just did last night and just a few hours ago didn't have anything to do with God. It was the absence of it. Yeah, they want to bring a violent aura around people. They need to learn how to do things better. But these people always, they blinded by celebrity. Kanye West got a church, these people going to it. I'm like, why are you going to a church ran by Kanye West? This dude cursing and all this rap, getting blowjobs on the street, and you going to church with him. He's running the church. Come on. I mean, how stupid can you be, right? There's nothing godly in that. It's filth. So at the end of the day, everybody's going to look around and try to say how wrong somebody is, right? Nobody's ever going to take the accountability for any of the actions that they do. Okay? No one's taking the accountability for any of the mistakes somebody is doing. No one's going to take the accountability for any of the problems that's going on. All they're going to do is sit around and talk about you 24 hours a day and act as if you're the problem or you're crazy. They love to make you look crazy. That's it. I've been in Hollywood. I've seen it work. I've seen these guys in action. I've seen how they act in Hollywood, and I told you, they pick who can go where. I never forget it. They don't apologize in Hollywood. And you're not to bring stuff up. I'm going to tell you how it works. Everybody's in circles. We went to dinner, and I saw it at the dinner table. They won't even converse with you. You can't even go and talk to people at that table. If you see Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Pacino, Martin Scorsese, all of them at this table, if you're in this circle, you can't even get up and walk over there and talk to them. That's considered an insult. And that would get you blacklisted in a lot of places. You know, how dare you go up and speak to that table? Your agent will get a call and say, hey, what did you do last night? He's like, oh, I just went and said, hey, you know, you guys have a great night, and I just walked out. Why would you do that? You think you could just walk up to them like that? They took that as an offense. You see, you can't even do things like that. It's an offense. Everyone is in a circle. Kel Mitchell, Nick Cannon, Keenan, all those guys from Nickelodeon, they were all in their little circle. Megan Good, Jonathan, Brandon, Jonathan, and all those guys, they were all in a circle. And your circle got to make it to the next level. Once you get to the next criteria, then you're cool. You can go there and do X, Y, and Z. And what happened was Nick Cannon went to the other, he went up a notch. And he took Keenan with him. So him and Keenan went up a notch. And they really didn't consort with anybody else that was down in that bubble no more. Now they consort with people that's in the new circle. They're like, okay, we're in this circle now. So all our friends here, these are now our new friends. And they ostracize everybody else. And sometimes guys get kicked out the circle and they don't even know it. And when they get kicked out the circle, you're never supposed to mention anything they've done wrong to you. If somebody do something wrong to you in Hollywood, you're not to mention it at all. If you mention it to them and go, hey, man, you know, like, what the hell happened last time? They go, oh, my bad. Like, then they'll go, oh, I can't believe he just came up to me and started talking about something that happened like 2 months ago. Something old. Like, oh, my God, he's still holding on to that. That was like, oh, my God, I don't even remember it. And they act like you're the problem when they've completely violated you. Oh my goodness. It's like what you call growing pains. You know how people have growing pains and they see the growing pains happen so fast they can't even react to it the way they really want to. You know, people's minds get all messed up and twisted and they don't know how to react. I've seen that happen, and I've seen people react in Hollywood, and it's just so weird. It would blow your mind how stupid it is, how crazy it sounds, and the fact that it makes no sense whatsoever. You'll be scratching your head forever. That's right. So don't forget, I expect to be seeing y'all on the Patreon because y'all ain't gonna want to miss this. You think I'm cooking now? I see it way too much, but we gonna really get cooking on that Patreon. So definitely subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDIITV. And I want to say shouts out to Armando Black TV, Ticket TV, Angela Stanton King. So
Dude, stop talking and leave me the fuck alone, man.
Or I wouldn't have done what I did.
I don't care anymore.
Every time you ever needed a
Stop
friend,
cool with my buddy.
I had your fucking back. Don't act like I didn't.
Yeah, you totally did.
I just want the fucking... It's someone else's.
Whether you know it or not.
I just
You don't know shit.
yeah, I'll talk about that.
Get the fuck out. Yeah, sure. Oh, because you want to fuck me, I don't want to fuck you.
Bitch, I ain't never want to motherfucker.
No, I don't want to fuck you. Thank you. Not around.
They gonna get me demonetized. We got DL Hughley crap going on in here right now.
I might have to bring you that far. This is not. Go get a beer for the last man. I've done it twice. I've done it twice already in this place. You don't go gang signs up in this bar. This is not the bar for it. You go to Richards or you go to Rail House? But if you want to go gang signs, I'm gonna tell you who I am.
Randy!
Last question later after I beat yours. You're gonna throw down. Throw down so you can make I'm gonna throw down with somebody else.
Did he leave? Christy, can you leave? Christy!
Oh man.
I love you guys. I told him, my dad was a...
What a night. I just walked in the door. I just want to be.
I understand, but just in case he tries to come back in, the couple minutes I'll unlock it, but...
I just want to be.
Well, I guess it's this table, I get it.
He's a regular, like once he gets to the point, he's a regular. Started a big fan a long time ago. The older guys knew anything about it, so...
That was rolling?
Yeah. I'm his old roommate, and he threatened me a couple weeks ago, and
He's all talk. That's the problem, but he just doesn't.
he shouldn't.
Part of his release.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I don't give him shots. I
Hey,
didn't
at
know
the end
that.
of the day,
No,
it's not our fault for.
You did nothing wrong.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say in his defense is anytime he's up here, regardless of his release, he always walks to and from work, or from here. You know, he doesn't drive. He doesn't. Yeah. So I'm his old roommate. A couple weeks ago, he threatened me.